Hello beautiful friends, I hope you're all doing incredibly well. I wanted to give you guys an update on where my reading is at and show you our little Christmas going on in our house. So I recently finished the Screw Tape Letters. I think I finished it last week, and if you saw my previous video you've probably already heard me talk about like all of the main points, but for those of you who have not seen the most recent video that I came out with, I will just briefly explain the synopsis and then a few quotes that I don't think I mentioned in that one, or at least not all of them. And then after, I want to show you guys my current read that I'm almost done with, and yeah, just our little Christmas tree setup because it is December 23rd and we still don't have our Christmas tree up. I am also still working my way through the book of Luke. So if you, again, I also mentioned this in my previous video, but there are 24 chapters of Luke, I think, and it basically just walks you through the Christmas story, so the life of Jesus and then his crucifixion and resurrection. So if you start on December 1st, by Christmas Day you'll have read the Christmas story. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not doing a study, I'm just reading through it, so I don't have any notes or anything in the margins, so it's been kind of nice not to have that like distraction, I guess. But it's really good and I really recommend doing this at least next year if you haven't done it this year already. Screw Tape Letters. So again, like I said, if you didn't see my last video, the synopsis of this book is it is written from the perspective of a demon named Screwtape, and he is writing letters to his nephew Wormwood, who's another demon who's trying to like guide his patient away from faith and away from God. So all of the advice given in this book is like the opposite of what we should be doing as human beings. So it's definitely a really big perspective shift that you kind of have to put yourself in. Like every time he mentions the enemy, like my mind of course immediately goes to like Satan, but in the book when he says the enemy he's talking about God. So it's definitely hard to like wrap your mind around it at first, but it's really good. And I also enjoyed that it's almost kind of a plot point as well, because you're kind of reading the story of Wormwood guiding his patient and like the decisions that he's making. So it's really good. I cannot recommend it enough, but I just wanted to share a few points that I've gotten out of this that I really enjoyed. One of them especially for me because I have pretty bad anxiety, like really bad, and it got kind of significantly worse over the last few years because I've gone through a lot of trauma. Religiously speaking and friendship speaking, and just a lot. I've gone through a lot over the last few years, so it's gotten pretty bad, but there was a lot of great info in here about it. It really made me open my eyes to a lot of things, and I just love it. The first page in chapter 6 actually talks about this, and again this is from a demon, but he says there's nothing like suspense and anxiety for barricading a human's mind against the enemy. He wants men to be concerned with what they do. Our business is to keep them thinking about what will happen to them. Oh my gosh, isn't that so good? Your patient will, of course, have picked up the notion that he must submit with patience to the enemy's will. Like, it was just, it's so good, and that was just such a perspective changer for me, kind of like I was saying before. But it's like anytime that I feel anxiety, I have to think about being in the moment and just bringing myself back to the present, and like, things are good now, let's just focus on what I can do now. And I am definitely a sucker for having anxiety about the future, like where we're gonna be in 5 years, and like, especially as somebody who doesn't have kids yet, that's something that I think about a lot and give myself anxiety about a lot. I just give myself anxiety about the future all the time, so it's really eye-opening to read this and just having that perspective of staying in the present. But it was just, it's so good. The next part that I really enjoyed, I mean there's a lot on this page, so I'm just gonna try to read like a smaller part, but I really enjoyed this part that talks about how God feels about us. And so Screwtape says, we want cattle who can finally become food. He wants servants who can finally become sons. We want to suck in. He wants to give out. We are empty and would be filled. He is full and flows over. Our war aim is a world in which our Father below has drawn all other beings into himself. The enemy wants a world full of beings united to him but still distinct. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Later in the paragraph it says, but you now see that the irresistible and the indisputable are the two weapons which the very nature of his scheme forbids him to use. Further down again it says, he cannot ravish, he can only woo. And that is just such a beautiful testament to the free will that God gives us. And I think that's also a really good point to make when you're talking to people who get really upset and scared about the idea of maybe God's judgment and his, basically just his holiness really, and how not everybody is going to be in his presence forever. And I think a lot of people see that and they're like mad about it and think God is horrible. But one of the things that we have to realize is that that's actually a good thing, that God is not going to force anybody to do what they don't want. Because in the words of Frank Turek, who said, for some people, heaven would be hell because they hate God so much and they don't want to be in his presence. So God forcing them to be in his presence is not good for them. And I swear I'm going to say this like 50 times in this video, but it's such a great perspective change. And I just really enjoyed the way that he said that about how God wants us to be unified in God and to become sons of God and to have our free will and make our own choices and decisions. And I'm hoping and praying that for most people that will be love and holiness and goodness. So anyway, that was just another really great one that I loved so much. Another part that I've highlighted says, Pilate was merciful till it became risky. And it's so funny because I actually, this morning, being December 23rd, I read Luke 23, and this is actually the chapter when Pilate was saying that there was no reason to crucify Jesus until the people pressured him into releasing Barabbas instead of Jesus. The last part that I'll read was pretty close to the end, and it says, for individuals can be saved or damned, can become sons of the enemy, or food for us. So yeah, basically all of this to say, I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. It is so good. It just melts your mind a little bit, and I really, really enjoyed it. And there was so much simple lessons in this too, like how demons put wedges between people by causing one to be annoyed by somebody else for something so small and little that they themselves probably do. And it was just really beautiful. So I cannot recommend this enough. I loved it. So moving on, the book that I'm currently reading, I am so obsessed with this book, you guys. I love it so much. So I am almost done with it. I'm on chapter 20, page 213, and there's like 340 pages or something like that in here, but I am reading Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh, and it is so good. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. The cover is cute. Well, my little bookmark is in the way, but it's so cute, and I love it so much. I wasn't sure like if I was gonna love this book or not, so I didn't start annotating right away, because I feel like a lot of times with romance I don't annotate, and I don't know why. Like, I feel like I should, because I am such an active reader, I guess, when I read romance. Like, I always will read something and I'm like like I'll literally stop and squeal, or I'll be reading and I'm like so I feel like I should just start annotating parts that make me feel like that. So I started to do that like halfway through. So I feel like I need to go through this book again and mark all the parts that I thought were cute. Good morning. Okay, so I know that this is kind of a random cut, but when I kind of like stopped and looked over, I'm sure I put it on the screen. It's because my aunt and uncle decided to surprise us for Christmas, and they flew out from California to be with us. So I heard a knock on the door, which is very odd, never happens around here. And I walk over and I see somebody in my driveway speaking in Spanish, and I'm like, what the heck? Am I about to have to like fight some random guy? And so I was about to go back inside to like grab my shoes, and then all of a sudden this blonde lady pops out of nowhere and swears at me, which is my aunt. So that was a big surprise. Had no idea that they were coming all the way from California. It's my same aunt that came out here earlier this summer, so it was really cool. She brought my uncle this time, and I'm so excited to see him. I love him so much. I love them both so much. And yeah, we just had a good time last night. We made some carne and tacos and stuff like that, and they're both amazing. And yeah, it was a big surprise. So I was just popping on here to say that really quick, and then I'll probably just show you some B-roll of stuff from last night of us making dinner and me saying hi to my aunt, and then we finally put our Christmas tree up and decorated that a little bit. Not at all what we would usually do, but we kind of delayed the whole Christmas tree literally until the day before Christmas Eve, so it's not exactly how we typically do it, but it's still fun. He's so cute. So anyway, my brother is gonna be here in a few minutes. We're gonna go look at this house that my mom is possibly buying, and then I will talk about this one, hopefully, I don't know, either tonight or tomorrow. I have no idea. Today's Christmas Eve, so basically, synopsis, these are two friends from Ireland who live in Chicago. They knew each other in college, and they end up flying to Ireland for Christmas on the same day while he goes through like a breakup from one of her friends. And ever since then, for some reason, for like 10 years, they ended up making a tradition of flying to Ireland every year together for Christmas. There ends up being a whole lot of flight complications. They have to like change flights for this specific one 10 years later. The little cover says she's meant to be catching flights, not catching feelings. So basically it's about like finally seeing what's right in front of you instead of like dating random sucky guys. So it's just really cute, and it's probably, dare I say, the best romance I've ever read. And it's not like I've read a whole lot, obviously, because I haven't been reading fiction for that long, but so far it's definitely the best that I've read so far, and I'm loving it so much. Their banter is like top tier, and it's just so cute. I keep squealing and giggling, and it's just the best. So anyway, I think my brother might have just pulled up, so I have to go. We're gonna go to my mom's house. Maybe, like I said, I'll show you some b-roll of what we get up to today for Christmas Eve. I might give you an update tonight. I might see you tomorrow for Christmas, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's gonna be slippery.
So much water right
Oh, cuties. Look at Zeb. Get over it. No, dang it. Forgot it's not the ocean. That's what it would look like with the soul. Turkey. Because it was a surprise.
How many you have a lot of followers?
Do I have a lot of followers? Not really, but that's okay.
Hey, cut our forehead off. Our foreheads are huge, dude. That's all I care about. I got like this six finger forehead, Crystal.
You always talk about my forehead. You do.
But yours is fine.
Right there is where we need it, right there. You guys see what we're doing here?
Dill pickle ice cream.
Who wants to go first?
Oh my gosh. Hold on, the dog's trying to get me. Get down, please.
Do you want to go first?
Okay, hold on. That's good. That's not bad, yeah.
I don't like pickles
Is it
at all.
really?
I
Yeah.
don't like pickles
It
at
tastes
all.
like a pickle. But it tastes like vanilla and pickle. It's not bad, huh?
What the heck?
I'm nervous.
It tastes good.
That's
Huh?
really good.
And you don't like
good?
pickles?
Mm-mm.
Jose don't like pickles either.
It'd be really good in an ice cream cone.
Yeah, oh yeah. I know, right?
That doesn't suck.
No, it
That
doesn't.
is really good. I like that.
I'm very
That's my new
surprised.
favorite ice cream.
I know, right?
Are we weird?
I don't
It's
know.
limited edition. Dang it. It
Oh.
never fails.
My mouth is drooling.
I know.
It's from Brooklyn? No, am I blind? Yeah,
Gosh, I want
eyes
some more
like
of that,
watering.
honey. Give me some
I
more
know.
of that ice
She's
cream.
like, I don't really like pickles.
I do not like pickles.
It's not bad at all. It's
my
good. Yeah. I would buy it.
It's weird.
I would
It's like a
for sure
vanilla pickle.
It definitely has like it's vanilla-y at 1st, and then the aftertaste is like dill.
just a little
Yeah.
dill, and then it goes back to like vanilla.
Yeah.
Not a bad aftertaste.
No bad after. Yeah, it's
That's
good.
really
That's
good.
It's good.
Okay.
Oh god, now we
Well-
gotta have the guys try it.
Dill pickle ice cream doesn't suck.
No, it does not.
Yummy.
It's good.
At least we
Yum.
don't think.
Yeah.
We might be weird. You might try this and think we're crazy. Can you want to try this?
What is this?
It's dill pickle.
Dill pickle ice cream.
Yeah.
It's pickle.
Pico.
Pickle.
It's pickle.
I do not like pickles.
¿Cómo se dice en Spanish?
Pepinos.
Pepinos.
Pepinos, huh? It's a little sal, huh? Like a salt.
Kinda, like dill.
Can you taste the pickle?
Yes.
Do you like it?
It's good, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
Because you don't like pickles. He don't like pickles
No,
at
but
all.
I like
He's
it.
like,
Oh, I thought you said you did
pickles on
like
my
them.
hamburger.
I like it. Just give me a little bit.
You want some?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So you actually do like
Yeah,
it. Wow,
just a
and you don't
little
even like pickles.
Because I have other ice cream flavors if
No,
you want a
this is-
different
I
one.
like it.
You
Just a
want-
little bit, uh-huh.
Do you want to try
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you want, you guys.
I want you to try
You want me to
it.
try it for the camera? I'll try
Yeah.
it, but it's not. And it's probably okay. I like pickles, but that just seems like a weird combo. I mean, it does taste a lot like pickle. I wouldn't eat a bunch of it,
Uh-huh.
but it's not the worst ice cream I ever had.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
We're all
Yeah.
sharing cooties.
Yeah,
Zephyrn, do you want to try it?
No,
You're going to be the only person who doesn't try
try
it.
it, Zephyrn. It's not
Come on,
bad.
Sefer.
For a Christmas present.
Give us your opinion, Sefer.
I do not like pickles at all, and that is probably going to be my favorite ice cream. Back to vanilla again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can still taste the pickle, but
It's good though. It's not like overwhelming.
I like
It's not overall.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It'd be
It's-
really
it's,
good
it's
if it was
not
like
as bad as
cone.
I thought it was gonna be.
Put it in a cone and it's
Let's
really
see
Is that a
what-
chunk of pickle?
Probably.
Is there?
There's a whole ass pickle
Oh my
in
god.
this thing. Oh, I'm already here. Might as well take it.
Yeah.
That's the f out of my mouth.
Are you serious?
You got the pickle, maybe.
Oh, I forgot. Zephyrn doesn't like pickles.
Just eat it, Zephyrn. Eat it, eat it, eat it.
No, I don't like that.
I think it's
With the older brother. So he...
Best dish you ever saw. If it's too much, I guess we'll just throw them in a container. To do anything, and it said to add cornstarch, and that was.
Oh yeah, get Jose.
Where the bell
Word for it.
Oh. I don't think this is gonna seal it.
You wanna try it?
Hello friends! Oh my goodness. Okay, so it has been a hot minute. It is literally January 6th. We had the best time with my aunt and uncle. I'm so glad that they surprised us. And I think I mentioned this already, but this was my aunt that came and visited this summer for the first time. And then obviously this time she brought my uncle. And it was just so great. I'm sure, as you saw in the B-roll, we made tamales for Christmas, and that might be like a new tradition, who knows, but oh, it was so great. But unfortunately I forgot to film this awesome walk that we went on at this nature refuge by my house, by our house, and it was awesome because they got to see like a bald eagle for the first time, and I wish I would have recorded, but I totally spaced. But it's okay. We had such a fun time. It was great. She also got to watch Narnia for the first time, which was really wonderful. I think she said she might have seen it like, you know, 15 years ago when it like first came out. I don't know, but she got to see the first one, and then she saw the second one for the first time, and then me and Steven ended up leaving because we were at my mom's house for that while Steven and my uncle were working on something for my mom. And she ended up watching the third one by herself after we left because she was liking it so much. So that was pretty exciting. If it sounds like I'm stuffy, it's because I am. Just really quickly, I will end this video fairly soon. I'm going to give my review on this wonderful cutie. But I just wanted to note that the reason why I haven't posted this video yet, because I was intending on having it posted before the end of the year, last year, but after my aunt and uncle left, I got something that I didn't even know existed. This might be TMI for some of you. There's no such thing as TMI for me, so sorry. But I got the period flu. I didn't even know that was a thing. It's a thing. Apparently, leading up to your period, you can get such a rush of estrogen that it gives you flu symptoms. Yeah, I had no idea. So I got that, and I was like so shocked because like we never get sick. If we feel something coming on, I'm like, take this herb and this herb and this herb, and like we're good, right? Because I take Earthly's Feel Better Fast. Like the second anybody might feel anything, you're taking that and you're gonna be fine. So like we just don't get sick. So I was like, what the heck is going on? When I was getting all these symptoms, the body aches were out of this world. Like my hips hurt so bad. Like I was leaning over my reading pillow on our bed and I was like moaning. I was in so much pain. I was wondering if it was possible to like die from being in pain because my hips were aching so bad. Steven had to literally like bathe me because I could hardly walk or move on my own. It was like the worst thing. Thankfully it only lasted like 2 days, but all the other symptoms like stuffiness, I still have a cough. Yeah, it's stupid. So I'm on like day 4 now, and like I feel fine. I feel perfectly fine. I'm just stuffy and I have a cough. That is why it has taken me so long to actually film and get stuff done, because I've been in pain. Anyway, I finally wanted to just give you an update on this book and then finally close this video out and get it posted, because I was intending on having like at least this video up and one other one by this time, but it's okay. So, update before I close this out. Holiday Romance, I did finish this like a week ago. I don't know, I finished it a while ago, but I really liked it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because I did not realize that there was like a spicy scene at the end. Like my friend Faith messaged me and she was like, hey, just so you know, like there is kind of like a semi-spicy scene, like it's not that bad. And I was like, oh, okay. And so when I was like, I don't know, a little over halfway, there was like an intimate, like they were kissing and like feeling up, but like got interrupted. And I thought that was the scene that she was talking about. So I was like, oh, okay, good. Then nothing to worry about, you know? That wasn't so bad. That's not what she was talking about. So it is at the end. So just so you know, if you're anti like spicy like I tend to be, I kind of skimmed over it just in case there was like dialogue, and there's not, so you can skip that without missing anything. I will say that if you're not like totally against spice, it's actually not that bad. Like it wasn't like super raunchy. It was laid out kind of similar to Well Met, what I was saying. Like it's laid out kind of like realistic and like I don't know, just not as bad as other ones. Because I feel like after reading A Court of Silver Flames, like I can handle anything. I don't want to, but I could. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. So like I said, I dropped the rating from 5 to 4.5 because there's a spicy scene, and then there's also one other thing in here that bothers me. I'm not sure if I should say it because it's a very touchy subject for people, and it seems like people are very pro one or the other way about it. So like, I know that probably 99% of you could read this book and have no idea what I'm talking about because it's not even like a main plot, it's just kind of like a side thing that's there. But it really bothered me because this particular subject is something that I am not for. I don't support it. And it was very random. It's not something that you see in other stories or other books or anything like that. So I was not a fan. So that's another reason why I dropped it, because I don't think that that particular thing should be glorified or supported. I really want to say what it is because I feel like people should be aware of why people are against it, but at the same time I don't, because I don't want to like stir the pot. I don't know. If you want to know, message me on Instagram and I'll tell you. But I don't know if I should say it on YouTube because I feel like it could get really aggressive. So anyway, but yeah, so I did love this because the banter is so top tier. Holy moly. I really loved Molly's character. She was so witty, and it was very like Lorelai Gilmore-esque, I guess you could say. And Andrew was just wonderful in every way. I don't think there was anything about him that I disliked. I really enjoyed his character. He was so caring and kind, and I loved his sense of humor. I love that he kind of gave it back to Molly with her sense of humor and her wittiness, so I really enjoyed that. Unpopular opinion, that's like the one thing that I don't like about Luke in Gilmore Girls, is that like he doesn't have the same sense of humor as Lorelai. And so people will hate me for saying this, but I actually really liked Chris and Lorelai together because they had the same sense of humor, and I love that they were able to like banter or like, I don't know, I just love having the same sense of humor with them. And with Luke, it's like he's such a crabby, grouchy guy, which I love, you know, I love a good character, male character that's like that, with like a witty banter girl like Lorelai, but sometimes it was kind of like, dang man, can you just like chill? So I really love that they have the same sense of humor, and it was just really cute. But I don't know, this was just like a fun rom-com, like lighthearted story. It was really, I would say it's kind of medium to fast-paced, and it was just really great. I really liked it. I really don't know what else to say about it because it was just so simple and lighthearted and beautiful. I love the flashbacks to like each of their flights in the past. I think I already mentioned what this is about. They've been friends since college, and they fly every year from Chicago back to Ireland, which is their home country, for Christmas. And Molly is very like, nah, about Christmas, and Andrew's like all out, loves Christmas, but they kind of have like a weird beginning because Andrew's dating like her college roommate, and then they end up like breaking up on the first flight that they're going home together, and it was like really awkward. But then every year after that, they've kind of built up a friendship, and they stay in touch between Christmas too, but not as much. But basically it's all about like seeing what's been right in front of you for the past 10 years that they've been flying home every year together. But it's so cute and I love it. It was so fun. I could probably see myself rereading this in the future. I think the ending part, like probably the last quarter of the book, I was kind of annoyed a little bit with Molly, but like overall though, I really liked it. But yeah, I think I would recommend this one. Even if you're anti-spice, like I said, it's very easy to skip over that scene. So if it doesn't bother you to buy a book that has it, I would recommend it because it's so fun and witty and just exciting, and I loved it, and they're cute and just all the things. So anyway, that is all that I had for you guys. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and got to be with family and loved ones. Obviously, I was not at all expecting to be able to be with my aunt and uncle during Christmas. I haven't had a Christmas with them since I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna hop off here and then film my favorite and least favorite books of 2023. Obviously, I don't read that many books in a year, so you probably already heard me talk about all of them, but if you're here, you just kind of have to get used to that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!